and welcome back to my at-home yoga streams. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna right away correct this. There we go. Thank you so much for joining in again. I'm really excited to be back here with you guys, and I hope that you guys are doing okay out there. It's really, really nice to be back streaming here. And today I want to share a little practice with you guys that I have called Reconnect. So basically, I wanted to focus on reconnecting the body and mind, but moreover, I wanted to focus on reconnecting with ourselves and with the present moment. So for those of you who might not be completely into the spiritual side of things, just think about this as a moment that you take with yourself to just listen to your body, notice how you feel, like really notice how you feel in your body, notice the little different parts of your body, what's going on in it today, and also notice how your mind is doing. During this time, especially, it's like very easy to get overwhelmed with everything that's happening. It's very easy to feel, to feel the weight of the world on your shoulders. So it's important that we take care of ourselves, both physically and mentally. We already have a very busy life in this modern world, and we tend to really kind of not take care of ourselves that much, actually. So let's take this next hour or so together to just like really feel it out. Try to reconnect with yourself. For those people that are more into the spiritual side, you can take this as a moment to really feel the parts like in your core, reconnect with who you truly are. And yeah, we're just going to start breathing together. So thank you to everyone who joined in there afterwards. I'm really happy to be back, and let's start. So we're going to start today in Sukhasana, easy pose, meaning we're going to start on our bums. Yay, easy. Basically, you could start, if Sukhasana is not for you, so this is Sukhasana, cross-legged position. You can also start this practice on a chair if you want. You can start sitting on your bed. You can start in hero pose, which is actually sitting on your knees. Just find a comfortable seat of your choice, and we're going to start nice and easy. So unlike my previous practices, we're going to start with a little bit of pranayama. Now, pranayama means basically just breath work when it comes to the yogic tradition. And it's a really, really powerful tool. As I've been speaking about before, the breath it has so much power that we don't really use so much potential. So we're going to start today's practice with a bit of pranayama together. First of all, I just want you to start to land here in this moment. Start to notice right away your breath, listening to the sound of your own breath. And right away, you're going to tap into the energy of the moment that's here and now. Try to leave what has happened before today behind you, and try to put everything that comes after on hold for now. Right away, start to tap into the energy and the sound of your own breath. Trying to move it from the chest area down into the stomach, into the diaphragm. Breathing deep. Your hands can rest gently on your knees, on your thighs, whatever you like. Just be mindful that you keep the spine straight here. And we breathe. For those of you who are familiar with it, I invite you to start using Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi is basically a technique where you constrict the back of your throat so you can create this kind of like ocean wave sound. It really helps to focus the mind on the breath and just listening to your own song. Let's all take a deep breath in together. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Let it go. Inhale together. Long exhale. One last time. Deep breath in through the nose. Long exhale out to the mouth. We come to the mat here in yoga, not only to strengthen and soften our physical body, but we also come here to tend to the emotional body, the mental aspect of our being. Calming the mind is something that takes a lot of work. Through working with the breath, we can learn to know ourselves in a deeper level, recognize thought patterns, and control that racing mind. Now we're going to start with a little bit of pranayama, as I mentioned, a bit of breath work. So we're going to do what's called alternate nostril breathing. So you're going to take your hand. There's two different positions or mudras that you can use here. So either you bring your hand into this kind of like sign here, you're bringing basically your thumb out and your ring finger and small finger together. Or you can bring your index finger and your long finger, what's that in English? Basically to your third eye, in the middle of your forehead here. And what we're going to do is you're going to inhale while blocking your right nostril. So you're going to inhale, block the right nostril, into the left, and you're going to hold. You're going to switch, now blocking the left nostril, and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right nostril. Hold. Switch. Now blocking the right nostril. Exhale. Inhale through the left nostril. Switch. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Switch. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Switch. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Switch. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Switch. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Switch. And last time, exhale through the left. And let go of your hand position. Through pranayama, we can reconnect with ourselves even further because it really helps us calm the mind and it really helps us focus on the basically the basis of our life, which is taking in oxygen. So I like to start my yoga practices with this or end it with this because it just really helps me focus and reconnect with myself. That's very good, everyone. Let's take a moment here, bringing your palms together at the heart. And you're going to make a little dedication for your practice. You can set an intention for yourself. Whatever works and resonates with you today. Could be, I want to move with grace. I want to listen to my body. I want to use my breath to fuel me through this practice. And at the same time, I want you to dedicate all the positivity, all the energy that you're going to create in the next 45 minutes or so to something or someone out there. It's very good. If you feel like you found an intention and made your dedication, I invite you to open your eyes if you had your eyes closed. Welcome back. And we're going to start very easy. You're going to send your fingertips out next to yourself. And you're going to inhale and reach up towards the ceiling. Big stretch. And exhale, float your fingertips down, opening through the chest. Here we go again. Inhale, reach up. Look up. Exhale, float it down, chest opens, shoulders back. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, float it down. That's great. Leave your left fingertips on the ground. Reach your right fingertips up towards the ceiling and think up and then over as you come into a side body stretch. So right away, I invite you to listen to your own bodies. You can be here, or you can come all the way down to the ground. You just want to keep a nice space between both your shoulders and your ears. Adding a bit of movement here if it feels right. And on your next inhale, come back up to center. Reach both hands up and exhale, float them down. This time you're going to float your left fingertips up towards the ceiling. You're going to stretch up and then think up and over as you come into side body stretch on the other side. Be mindful here while stretching out the whole left side of your body, of your torso, stretching it out. This is like one of my favorite yoga moves. I do this every single day and it just feels so good. Any movement here is welcome. And on your next inhale, come back up to center. Reach up, look up, and exhale, open up, shoulders back and down. I would like to take this moment to do a little flow that is inspired by this wonderful person called Adrienne Mishler. She runs a channel called Yoga with Adrienne, one of the main reasons that I got that deeply into yoga. And she has this like little flow that I really like myself, that I've been using for many years already, that I think just really brings a nice movement, but at the same time connects yourself to yourself. So basically we're going to start by doing this slow, and then we're going to speed it up for the next few. So you're going to inhale and you're going to reach out. Think like a big T here. Take up space. Shoulder blades push together in the back. On the exhale, you're going to bring your palms together in front of the heart, prayer position. Hold your breath as you drop your chin down to your chest and send your fingertips behind your neck, maybe rounding through the spine here. Then inhale, reach up towards the ceiling, stretch up, look up, and exhale, float it down, moving the fingertips. And there you go. Very simple, very small, but I think this movement is really powerful for me at least. So let's do this a few more times together. So inhale, send your arms out to the side, shoulder blades together. Exhale, hands to heart here, prayer position. Retain the breath as you send your fingertips behind your neck, rounding through the spine. Inhale, reach up towards the ceiling, look up. Exhale, rain it down, opening through the chest. Inhale, strong as we send our arms out. Exhale, palms together at heart. Chin to chest, rounding through the spine. Inhale, reaching up towards the ceiling. And exhale, rain it down, floating the fingertips down. One more time. Inhale, strong as you send your arms out. Exhale, palms together at heart. Fingertips behind the neck, rounding through the spine. Inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. And exhale, once again, raining the fingertips down. Very good. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together. We're going to come together to kiss. You can stay here. This is called Baddha Konasana, or cobbler's pose. So we're going to either grab on to our ankles here. You want to, basically your feet are pressing towards each other as your hips are trying to lower down towards the ground. Your knees, opening the hips. So you can stay here. You can also grab around your toes if that feels better for you. I'm just going to stay here and you're going to focus on keeping your spine straight and breathing. You guessed it. Opening through the hips here. In the beginning here, I advise you to close your eyes when we enter a pose, just to like really tune in to how that pose feels in your body today. Noticing where your thoughts are going, but don't judge. Like if your thoughts wander, don't judge yourself at all. Just bring your focus back on your breath, back onto the sensations in your body. You're going to inhale, try to straighten, lengthen through the spine. And on the exhale, you're going to fold forward. So you can either draw your elbows in toward yourself or you can splay them out. And then just let your head hang over. Some very good grounding posture here. Reconnecting us with the present moment. Keeping our feet planted on this earth. That's great. On our next inhale, try to straighten your spine as much as you can wherever you are. Think like you're looking at the reflection of yourself in the floor. On your exhale, with a straight spine, come back up. Welcome back. Here we go. We're going to go cross-legged seat, and you're just going to draw like some soft circles with your neck. So if you have some kind of neck injuries here, please don't push yourself. You can just maybe like go a little yes, a little no, a little up and down, maybe half circles. Just feel it out. We're basically warming up with a very soft sequence here to try to focus inward. For those of you who are into that, this also is stimulating the whole chakra system from the base of the spine all the way up to the top of the crown. It's a nice little way to start our practice. Nice little warm up. That's good. As soon as you feel ready, you can join me in the good old coffee grinder. I still haven't found a good name for this, but call it a coffee grinder for now. So you're going to inhale and you're going to smear chest forward towards the right this time. And then on the exhale, you're going to round through the spine. So slow this one down so you really feel what's happening in the spine, in the body. Keeping your sit bones on the ground. So that means keeping your bum on the ground as much as you can. Breathing deep. And on your next exhale, when you're rounding through, stay here. You're going to stay here, rounding through the spine. Your chin is towards your chest here. Just hanging out. And on your next inhale, you're going to reverse your circle and start to come forward towards the left. So as I'm always saying about this good old coffee grinder is that it's really, really good for the internal organ health because we're actually literally massaging the internal organs. Always gives me the slight heebie-jeebies to say that, but it is true. It's really nice for the spine too. Like spinal flexion. Just keep moving here slowly, breathing. On your next exhale, I invite you to stay bent forward in your rounded spine once again. Maybe you find something new on this side, a new kind of stretch, maybe a bit of movement. Just remember to breathe. And then inhale, come back up to center. You're going to move to all fours. So take your time here, like really slowly with connect, like feel each part of your body moving. You can think that it's like slow motion. You're going to come into tabletop position. So basically a nice neutral spine here. Hands underneath the shoulders, pressing away from the yoga mat. Knees underneath the hip points. You're going to inhale, drop the belly down towards the ground. Look forward or up. Cow pose. And exhale, pulling the core up and in as we come into cat pose. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, round to the spine. Like, take this cat-cow today and really slow it down. So, like, really try to feel all the vertebrae in your spine moving. And really turn that core on when you come into cat pose. Inhale, last one. Cow pose, look up. Exhale, cat pose, rounding through. Inhale, you're going to look forward. You're going to bring your big toes together to touch, knees as wide as the yoga mat or together, you decide. Look forward, and on your exhale, send your hips back. Child's pose. So child's pose is a very powerful pose in terms of reconnecting with yourself. Not only are you bowing down like in a very humble position, it's also a pose that's very introvert. So take this moment with yourself, listening to your breath. Taking this time to listen to your body and check in with the mind. Breathing deep. Feeling how the breath is traveling all the way down to the base of your spine. Expanding the back with the inhale. And falling with the exhale. That's great. Now inhale, you're going to look forward, lift your head up. You're going to push into your elbows. And you're going to bring your knees together if they weren't already. And then you're going to move yourself back into child's pose. We're going to do a little mini vinyasa here where we're going to switch between child's pose and cobra. I like to do this at the beginning of our practices to work the spine a bit. So basically, you're going to inhale, look forward, lift yourself up. You're going to use your arms to lower yourself down into cobra. And on the exhale, you're going to push yourself back up with your arms and back into child's pose. So inhale, really round to the back here as you come forward towards cobra. Lower yourself down, look up. And on the exhale, push into your knees, push into your palms, come into child's pose. A few more. Inhale, rounding through the spine, coming forward, looking forward, cobra. Exhale, push yourself back up into child's pose. Inhale, rounding through the spine, look forward, cobra. Exhale, push yourself back up, come back into child's pose. Inhale, come back into tabletop position. You're going to curl your toes under, and on the exhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. Yay! Take your dog hair, pedal out the feet, maybe walk a little bit, stretching out the legs here. We're getting ready for a little slow vinyasa or hatha vinyasa part. So take this time wisely, stretching out the shoulders, upper back, the legs. Okay, I invite you to find stillness here. So we're going to stay here just for a few breaths, completely still. Building strength. Pressing into the yoga mat. On your next inhale, bring your left foot up, three-legged dog. So you can keep it basically level with your hips and keep your toes turned down. Or you can point the toes and keep them all the way up if you want. On your exhale, you're going to bring that knee into your chest, look forward, and then step it up between your palms. Now, you'll find yourself in a lunge position here. Find a stable foundation. Knee over front ankle. Before you inhale, turn the core on, turn those leg muscles on, and reach up towards the ceiling. High lunge. I'm staying here a little bit. I like to roll through the wrists always when I'm in this position. Opening the chest. You want to keep your hips facing towards the front of your mat here. If this is too much, you can also lower the back knee down and just keep it on the floor if you don't have as much energy today. If not, keep it lifted. Inhale, you're going to reach up, maybe look up, challenging your balance here. And on the exhale, you're going to open towards the left. Now, if you have any form of back problems, please don't do this twist. Please just stay in your high lunge here. Maybe working on a little back bend or just staying straight. For all the other people, join me in this open twist towards the left. So we're twisting. You can be here. You can be open like me. As you just feel it out in your body. We're going to inhale. We're going to send those right fingertips forward. Then we're going to send them up and back, coming into a reverse warrior variation here. Stretching out the front of the right hip here. And on the next exhale, come back down to the ground. Lunge pose. So inhale to open your chest. And you're going to place your right knee down. And on the exhale, you're going to pull that left hip back. Coming into a runner stretch. So you basically want to pull your left hip back here. So you don't want to like dump into the right hip. You want to pull it back in time. You want to keep your left foot flexed. You can keep your fingertips right next to your knee or out in front, depending on how much of a stretch you want. So we're here stretching through the left leg. Inhale, try to straighten your back more here. And on the exhale, you can forward fold close to the knee or on the knee. Keep a nice bend in that left leg if it's necessary. Breathe deep. Stretching out the hamstrings here. The hamstring of the left leg. And great. Then inhale, come forward again into lunge pose. Lift the back leg up, and on the exhale, step back into plank pose. So you're here, just breathing deep, core is activated. Inhale, shift your weight forward. You're on your tippy toes here. And on the exhale, lower down to the ground with control. Inhale, roll up, push into your palms, elbows in towards the body, cobra, or baby cobra. You can be lifting up a bit less. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, push up to plank or half plank on your knees. And on the exhale, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And we're here again. Take a moment here to maybe pedal the feet. Stretch it out. You can also wag your tail. Basically just shifting your weight from your left to your right foot. Stretching out the side body in the downward dog. And once again, I invite you to find a bit of stillness here. So breathe deep. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So inhale, anchor to the left heel and send your right toes up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, you're going to shift forward, bringing that right knee up to your chest before stepping it up between your hands. So inhale, look forward, found your foundation, front knee over front ankle. When you're on your exhale, you contract your core, you contract your leg muscles, and push yourself up. And inhale, send your arms up overhead. Same thing here. If it's too much, you can keep your left knee on the ground here. No worries at all. Just feel it out what is right for your body today. That's the only thing that matters. Breathing deep. And inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. Maybe look up, challenging your balance. And on the exhale, twist towards the right. Once again, if you have back problems, just stay in your high lunge here. Don't attempt to twist because it can actually damage your lower back. And inhale, send those left fingertips out in front, reaching out in front before you go up and back. Coming into a reverse warrior variation here. Before on your next exhale, come back down to the ground into your lunge. Inhale to look forward, dropping the left knee down. And on the exhale, pull your right hip crease back in space, stretching through the right leg. So same thing here, your fingers can be placed next to your knee, out in front, whatever feels good for you. Flexing through the right foot. And inhale, stretch out through the back here. And exhale, forward fold onto or towards the knee. Keeping a bend in your right leg if necessary. Good, that's really good. And inhale, roll to the front foot. Come back up to your lunge pose, lift the back leg. And on the exhale, plant your palms, step your right toes back, plank pose. Inhale, shift your weight forward. We're going to lower all the way down on the exhale with control. Inhale, rise up, cobra. And exhale, like a wave, rain it down. Inhale, lift your legs up, your knees up, come back up to plank pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Very good. You're going to bring your toes side by side here. And you're going to inhale, you're going to roll through your spine, come into plank pose. Staying here for a few breaths. Building strength in the arms. Building strength in the core. And on your next exhale, you're going to drop your knees down. You're going to send your hips back, drag your palms along your mat, and come into child's pose. So take a few seconds here just to breathe. You can also have a drink of water, but just take a few seconds here to listen to the sound of your own breath. Just enjoying feeling the energy running through your body, this prana, this life force. Maybe take a moment to reconnect with your intention for this practice. Consider it already done. That's really good, guys. Just a few moments longer, just listening to the inhale and your exhale. Once more, the inhale and the exhale. So I'll take a deep breath in together. And exhale through the mouth. Your next inhale, reach your fingertips out in front of you. You're going to look up and out in front of you. And on the exhale, push up to tabletop position. You're going to start by sending your right leg out long. Basically, you're going to just straighten out your right leg. You're in tabletop position with the rest of the body. All the bones are stacked on top of each other, pushing away from your yoga mat. And just maybe rocking back and forth here, stretching through that right leg. Giving that foot a nice massage, welcoming any sounds that show up. Just rocking back and forth. And on the inhale, activate your glute on your right side and you're going to pick up that leg. So keeping the toes dialed down towards the ground here. Basically balancing on three equal parts. Lifting that leg. Inhale, try to find nice long length in your spine. And on the exhale, you're going to bring your knee to your nose here, turning on the core. And then you're going to place your knee, your right leg, behind your wrists, basically. We're preparing for pigeon pose. So pigeon can be executed in many ways. For those of you who have very open hips, you can place your leg basically parallel to your hips. For me, and other people that don't have as open hips, you can bring your knee more out in front of you. Just keep both toes active, but to keep this right foot flexed. Pigeon is very good for opening the hips. If your hips aren't very open, you can also put a block under your right glute here to make sure that they are level, just like in all the warrior poses and in our lunge earlier. So we're here in pigeon. You can also be further down, just keeping the back nice and straight, not putting any strain on the lower back. If you want to lift up higher like I am, if your body allows that, you have to make sure that your core is activated to support your lower back. So we're here in pigeon. Still breathing deep. Left leg is straight out behind you. Both hips are facing the front of your mat. Just notice the sensation in that right hip. On your next exhale, start to crawl yourself forward until you come all the way down to the ground, folding over that right leg in front of you. So you can stay here. You can bring both fists on top of each other. If you have a block, you can also put that up here to lean on. You can come all the way down to the ground. For me, I like to bring my palms together behind my neck in a prayer position. Remember to keep your toes active here, especially on that right foot. We're working on opening that right hip. When we work with the hips, sometimes there's a lot of emotional weight that's in this area of the body. So just notice what you're feeling at the moment and let anything that arises come up. Don't put any judgment on yourself, just let yourself be. And take the role of the observer here. Be feeling it out in your body, noticing your mind. Next inhale, I invite you to bring your fingertips back under your shoulders here. And on the exhale, activate your core. And you're going to come back up. Plant your palms here. You're going to inhale, curl those left toes under. And on the exhale, you're going to push away from your yoga mat, activate your core, and lift yourself up and come into downward facing dog. We're going to stay here, maybe pedal out the feet. Should feel really good in that right hip if you're not used to working with hip openers that much. Or just in general, because it's always nice to loosen up the joints that we've been working with. Just pedal it out here. We're going to do another little mini vinyasa here like we did at the beginning. This is one that's really, really nice for the spine. It's basically a roll on the spine, just like before. So you're going to inhale, you're going to start this roll, and you're going to shift forward into plank pose. On the exhale, you're going to lower down a little bit, and then you're going to tilt your pelvis up towards the ceiling and come back down into downward facing dog. So inhale, you roll yourself forward into plank pose, and exhale, lower yourself down, come back into downward facing dog. 2 more. Inhale to roll yourself forward, plank pose. Exhale, come back into downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, lower. Pelvis goes up towards the ceiling. Downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward into plank. And exhale, lower your knees back down to tabletop position. Now reposition yourself, stacking your bones, your wrist right underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hip points. So this time you're going to stretch out your left leg. So you're going to send your left leg out long, still pressing away from your yoga mat, keeping a nice line in the spine here, gazing straight down. And just maybe rock back and forth, stretching through that left leg. The core should be activated here as well, helping us in this little journey. Just moving slowly back and forth. Find center, and then you're going to inhale, lift that left leg up, turning on the left glute. Toes are going to be pointing down towards the ground. Stay here. Trying to keep a nice integrity in your spine here. Equal weight on all 3 limbs. And on your next exhale, you're going to bend that knee and you're going to bring it up to your chest, knee to nose. And then you're going to bring that left leg behind your wrists, preparing for pigeon pose on the other side. So once again, if your hips allows you, you can keep your leg parallel to yourself, basically. Or you can give yourself a bit more space here. Just make sure that both legs are activated. So the back toes are pointing, the left toes are flexed like this. And there we go, pigeon pose on the other side. Breathing deep right away. Making sure that we keep a nice straight spine here, no matter if you're further down towards the ground or if you're all the way up. Just being mindful of your lower back in this position, keeping the core activated if necessary, if you're as far up as I am. Breathing deep. Next exhale, slowly begin to crawl yourself forward. We need to fold forward onto our front knee. Taking a moment here, either stacking your wrists on top of each other, using a block. You can even use a pillow if you want. Finding a position where you can get comfortable and stay for a few breaths. Breathing deep. Notice the sensation in your left hip this time. Notice the difference between the left and the right. Staying mindful. Just breathing. On the next inhale, bring your fingertips under your shoulders. And on the exhale, activate the core and the straight spine. Lift yourself back up again. Inhale, plant your palms, curl the right toes under, press yourself back up, and hips up and back into downward facing dog. The last one of the day, my friends, so enjoy this one while it lasts. Take a moment to pedal out the feet, stretching out that left hip that we just manipulated. Should feel really good. Still breathing deep. And inhale, bring your big toes together to touch here. Tilt your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Maybe your belly hits the top of your thighs. Look forward and either step or jump to the top of your mat. Or float if you're so inclined. And we're in forward fold. In forward fold, we want to make sure that we protect the lower back. So you want to either keep your knees bent here to make sure that this lower back part is protected and there's no strain in it, while we're bending from the hip points, not rounding through the lumbar spine. If you're able to, you can keep your legs straight. And just being mindful that you're bending from the hip here. I'm just going to hang here for a while. Maybe close your eyes. Feel it out. And shake your head a little bit here. Maybe draw some circles with the neck. And inhale, I want you to sweep your fingertips over to the left side. You can even lift up halfway here, straightening through the spine. Stretching out the right side body. And on the exhale, sweep your fingertips back to center. Inhale, fingertips go over to the right side this time. Maybe lifting up halfway. Stretching through the spine, the side body. And on the exhale, come back to center. Inhale, you're going to lift up halfway in the middle for real this time. Halfway lifts. Hands can be on the thighs, on the ground, or on your legs. And exhale, roll it down towards the ground. One more time. Inhale, lift it up halfway. Maybe find something new. Straight spine here. And exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. So bend your knees generously here. Press into all four corners of your feet. And on the inhale, you're going to just start rolling up. So strong legs here, pressing into the ground. Using this roll up for all it's worth. Take your time. Come all the way up to mountain pose. When you find yourself in mountain pose, close your eyes here. And just let yourself breathe for a few breaths. Notice all the energy flowing through the body. Notice the heat. And most importantly, notice your breath. Breathing deep. Grounding is the ground, opening the chest. Mountain pose is a very simple pose, but it's also very powerful because we're rooted into the ground, but we're also open for the world. So take this power pose and make the most of it. On your next inhale, send your arms out into a T. On your exhale, bring your palms together in towards your chest, prayer position. Chin to chest and palms go behind your neck as you round through the spine. Inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. And exhale, float it down. Inhale, reach up and out, strong poser. Exhale, hands to heart. Chest goes to the chin, we round through the spine. And we inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. And exhale, float the fingertips back down. Inhale, reach out, strong. Exhale, hands to heart. Retain the breath as you round through the spine here. Inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, float it down. One last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart here. Retain the breath as you round through the spine. Inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. Really stretch. And on the exhale, you're going to float it down and you're going to come all the way back into forward fold. So our forward folding onto our mats here. This is our last moment standing together. So just find some movement that feels right to you. Find something that works in your body. I like to actually pedal my feet a bit the same as I do in down dog when I'm in forward fold. It allows you to stretch the backs of the legs. Then inhale, you're going to lift up halfway, straightening the spine here, lengthening the spine, maybe stretching out the neck. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, halfway lift, one more time. Nice space in the spine. Exhale, roll it down. So now comes the fun part. We're going to go on our backs. So take your time here. Once again, think that you're moving kind of like in slow motion. I'm going to turn on my mat. This one's going to be this way. Take your time. Be very gentle with yourself here. Just roll down all the way to the ground. And come into Shavasana. Just take like one breath cycle here just to notice, to feel the ground supporting you. And bring your knees into your chest here. Maybe find a little bit of a rocking back and forth here. A gentle rock. For those of you who want a little bit more, since this practice has been rather soft, you can always draw circles with the knees to activate the core. One way, and then the other. All together now, you're going to inhale. You're going to bring your chin to your chest and you're going to lift up towards your knees. You're going to give yourself a nice big hug here. You don't even have to come close to your own knees, but just the idea of like embracing yourself. And on your exhale, you can lower down. You're going to lower your feet down to the ground. And you're going to let your legs fall towards the right. And then you're going to twist your neck towards the left. So you can keep your arms either on your body, on your chest. You can also open up to the left for a deeper stretch. If you're like me, don't have the room to actually stretch out your hand, you can create this like L shape with your elbow, which works quite well too. So we're in our reclined twist here. Bring those shoulders on the ground. Breathing deep. On your next exhale, you come back to center. Turn on your core, bring the knees up to center, and then let them fall up towards the left. Breathing deep. It's always fun to do yoga in a room that's not really not really big enough. But you know, we make do with what we have. Just focus on your breath here. Focus on the last sensations in your hips during this practice. And on your next exhale, gently bring yourself back up to center. You need to bring your knees into your chest one last time. Just rocking back and forth. And inhale, bring your chest to your chin, or rather your chin to your chest. You're going to lift up. Once again, give yourself a big old hug here. Embracing yourself. Give yourself a bit of self-love here. And next exhale, there you go. Lower yourself down onto the ground. And you're going to bring your feet to the ground. Arms are going to go out, and you're going to windshield wiper your legs all the way down until you get to Shavasana. So you're just going to move back and forth. Once again, giving yourself a little booty massage, and at the same time, just loosening up to those hip joints. Moving your feet down towards the end of your mat. Until you eventually reach your Shavasana pose, corpse pose. So you can bring your shoulder blades under yourself here. So you just inhale, lift up a little bit. You kind of snuggle your shoulder blades under your heart space. We do this to keep the heart open even in Shavasana. And then just relax, my friend. So let your toes just splay out. Open your arms, your palms towards the ceiling. Close your eyes. These are our last moments together here today. The last moments to just solely be alive and focus on your breath. Maybe your body feels different from when we first started this practice together. Maybe your mind feels different as well. Or maybe everything is just the way it should be. Just be aware. And let yourself just relax fully into the ground here. Breathing deep, listening to the sound of your own breath. Feel the ground supporting you. And just know that you are safe in this position. Before we end this practice, I invite you to reconnect with the dedication and the intention that you set at the beginning of the practice. Once again, send your energy, the positivity, the light that you've created through our practice together to someone or something out there. Gently start to wiggle your fingertips, wiggle your toes, bringing movement back into the body. On your next inhale, you're going to bring your palms up together to kiss. Bring them up to your third eye, the space between your eyebrows. Give thanks for your body. Give thanks for your practice. Give thanks for the fact that you could take this time just for yourself, just to be alive, to breathe, and to honor your body and mind. We spend so much time during our lives focusing on what we don't like about ourselves, what we don't like about the physical appearance, or even what we don't like about ourselves as people. But I ask you to please take this moment to acknowledge that you are great the way you are. Everything can always be better, but you're all good enough just the way you are. Last but not least, take a few moments to show gratitude for the people in your life. Give thanks for everything they teach you and everything you can share with them, for their love, support, and light. On your exhale, you can let your fingers slide, your palms slide back down to your heart. The deepest in me acknowledges, and so is the deepest in you, by saying Namaste. You can begin to roll onto your side here. Come into like a fetal position, whatever side feels right to you. Give yourself a moment here to kind of like wake up. And then on your next exhale, you can use your hands to push yourself back up to seated position. And that is it, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me here today. It's been really great. It's been a while since I've seen you, since I've practiced with you guys, and it was really, really lovely. It was a soft practice that was more focused on a very introvert point of view. So I really hope that it could bring a little bit of peace. I'm like so zened out already. That it could bring a bit of peace into your lives, and that you could reconnect with yourself a bit better, reconnecting body and mind, not to mention that. And yeah, I won't be streaming every single week like before, but I will be back in not too long, and I honestly can't wait to practice with you guys again. Until then, please take care of yourselves out there. Take this time to, reconnect with yourself and take good care of yourselves. And I hope to see you again very soon. Have very good weekends out there. Thank you. Bye.